How's it going, everyone, and welcome back today to another video. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be showing you how I record my little setup on how to basically start recording some YouTube videos. Now I've started recording videos about a year ago, but it's only very recently where I've really got a proper setup going on and I feel comfortable with the whole thing as to what's happening. But yeah, so this angle is really weird, but there we go. Anyway, so you know, I just wanted to show you basically how I set things up. And I'm going to try and show you the cheapest possible way of doing it. Basically, you know, if you want to start making YouTube videos, then this should be really good for you. And I can show you how to get into it and how to set things up as cheap as possible. Anyway, so I'm going to just flip the camera around and we'll go through the setup. Right, so then the first thing is I'm going to stand up off my chair. So, in fact, I'm going to sit back down because it's easier. So the first thing is, obviously, you're going to need a console. Now, I'm recording on the PlayStation, which is sat just right under here. You can use, you know, Xbox works. Anything really works, whatever games you want to play. Now, this is particularly more of a FIFA-based channel, obviously, so this is more based on FIFA. So PS4, Xbox, happy days, sat right under there. And put my little game dude back up. And obviously to go with that, you're going to need a monitor. Now I'm using like a standard television to display my FIFA videos on, and I'm actually just going to, there's a game going on here which is just we're going to kick things off to show you how everything works. So basically you want a monitor to have your FIFA displayed onto. Now obviously you don't need a big ass TV like that I've got, you can just use a standard computer monitor, but if you have a TV and it's already hooked up, then happy days. Now, one thing that you're going to... So that's kind of like your basic setup that you're going to need. By the way, some really, really awesome FIFA graphics that they've added in quite recently. Now, to go on from that, we're going to go along the floor because I don't want to show you too much. You're going to need... You know, I should really tie you up before we start this. You're going to need a PC to go along with it. Now, when I started making YouTube videos, this is quite important. So I'm going to flick this back around a minute. When I started making YouTube videos, I started recording off a laptop, and you know, laptops these days, they genuinely are quite cheap, so you can pick them up for around £300, £200 depending on. So now it's fine and it works, but it depends on how quality you want your videos to be. Now obviously when you start off on YouTube, you don't expect them to be of high quality, but because of how advanced YouTube is these days and as how far it's come, you kind of want to kick off. In order to get people interested in your videos, you need some high quality. Now, I will be the first person to admit that my first few videos, and if any of you guys did watch my Portsmouth career mode, they weren't brilliant. You know, there was no face cam, the audio, it was commented over afterwards. It was all pre-recorded and then re-recorded with, you know, no face cam even, and commentary was added in afterwards. So, you know, that's fine and that works, and basically the reason for that is just because I was using just a standard laptop. It cost me like £200 or something silly. Just picked it up from like Curry's, Argos, wherever, and you know, so it wasn't great, but it did the trick. That's the important thing. So I'm just going to flip back down. This computer here, now obviously it's Sidemen branded, but it is from PC Specialists. I don't know if you can see it down there. Now this is it's the standard Sidemen package. There are 3 available, and there's other. You can custom build anything from computers with towers, laptops, or freestanding ones as well with the no tower. So they're all really awesome, and this was the lower end of the spec. Now it costs about £600 to buy, so probably one of the most expensive purchases that you're going to have. Obviously you don't need it to be this complete spec, but it allows me to just record better quality videos. And I'll kind of get into that more in this video, or potentially another video on what quality videos are affected by the spec of your PC. But I'm not like a computer geek massively. I like computers and stuff, so I'm not going to start reading off the spec, because the honest answer is I don't know too much about it. But you're going to need a computer anyway to be able to record your software. I was going to mention something and I've completely forgotten what it is. So cable management is also a thing. Now, to be able to record your software, you're going to need one of these as a... Well, mine is scored already. Now, this is, unfortunately, it's kind of tied up here. I hope you can see it right under there. If it focuses... Is it going to focus? Focus? It's not focusing, but this is an Elgato game capture. Now this is the HD60, so it's not the cheapest one available on the market, but it's also not the most expensive, and it cost me around £120. Now I know that sounds expensive, but it is something that is kind of a requirement, something that you're going to have to buy either way. Now, There are others available that aren't Elgato, but you know, not really tried and tested. So, and I wouldn't recommend them. And I also, you don't have to have the HD version. This is the HD 60, so there's other versions I do believe they're available, but obviously they won't be as good, and for some reason this camera will not focus. Now then, you'll need a chair to sit on. Obviously I have a GTO Mega chair, not necessary, but really awesome chair. But you can pick anything up just to sit down on. I used to actually sit on a foldable chair, which cost me £5 from Argos. Doesn't matter, you can sit down on whatever you want. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Argos. Anyway, so to go on from that, then you're going to need, so you've got your Elgato, you've got your PlayStation, that's all going to be hooked up to your TV and on the computer. Now, I'm going to try and show you this in bits, but you'll probably get glimpses of things. But to go along with that, there's two more necessary things for that. You're going to need a microphone to record audio. Now, there are so many microphones out there that is ridiculous. There's plug-in microphones, there's headsets, there's USB microphones. Honestly, I would recommend a USB microphone. And the microphone I use to record, I shall show you right now, is the Blue Snowball. Now, this is just over a year old and it's started to go wrong a little bit. I don't know if you can tell in the videos. I can kind of tell in post-production when I'm editing. You can hear a little, I don't know how it is really, it's kind of like a little bit clunky, and it's really annoying, but honestly it's £40 to £50 at most. A very cheap microphone, and it does its job. There are other microphones out there, and I think it's the Rode Podcast, which is one of the more favourable ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but they do provide better quality audio. But to start out and to just start recording, basically a Blue Snowball is absolutely perfect. It's a little bit expensive, but you know, it's not actually too bad. And to go along with that, you're going to need something to record your face cam. Now, I've only just started adding facecam to my current videos, and the camera that I have that I'm using here to record only records for about 60 minutes at a time, and it works as a good facecam, but it's a little bit annoying because you have to resync everything and re-record everything every 60 minutes, stop and turn the camera on. It can kind of be a little bit annoying, especially if you're in a competitive game and you're not really focusing. So here I've been to Curry's and I've picked up a HP 2300 HD webcam, I believe it's called, and this was only about £18. And also, the good thing about this, I should mention, is it actually has a built-in microphone which you can record audio from. Now, there's certain reasons why I wouldn't recommend it, but if you don't want to spend £50 and pick up yourself a Blue Snowball, then this covers both facecam and audio, which is really awesome. So then, just to wrap a few things off, you can see here, I'm going to move this, I don't want to move this out of the way because I'm also recording audio through here as I do the video. I'm going to move it out of the way slightly. You see here, I have a monitor. This is a single monitor. Actually came with the computer, I think it's 22 inches. It's nice to have dual, and I'm going to try and put a dual over there. Also, by the way guys, I have a Jolby tripod here. Not the best of things, but if you want to record, when I sometimes record off this, it's nice to have a little setup over there with the tripod. Not necessary, but just sort of throw that in. So yeah, going back to the monitor, it's always nice to have dual monitors because you can actually see what's going on a little bit easier. So I'm actually thinking about setting one up here, but for now, you know, you can get away with one, and one is absolutely acceptable. You'll get one with your PC anyway because it'll be required. Now you can see I have 3 programs set up here, and I'll explain all what they're doing at the moment. So first of all, this over here, as you can see, I'm just quickly showing, this is FIFA being played on the television where I'd sit and record to play myself, and this is just the software capturing it. Now, this comes free with Elgato. When you buy your Elgato, my battery's about to die on the camera, hopefully it will last. When you buy your Elgato, they'll give you instructions. You just go to the website and you'll download this. Now there's certain settings you can play around with to be able to get this recording. I don't know if it currently says it over there, but you can see, I'm not sure if it's going to focus at all. You can see the, no, not going to focus, so you can't really see it much. But you can see there, it's just recording. FIFA there, FIFA there. It's about like a millisecond delay, that's probably about all. But I just like to leave that running because you can see the little timer over here to show you that it is running. I don't have autofocus on probably, which is why this isn't going too well. But yeah, so you can see that's recording that, nice and happy days. Just leave that as it is. And then also over here, kind of like this is just me using, so that webcam is being recorded via this. Now there's many webcam apps you can use to download and record your face cam. I've had problems with quite a few in the past, and so far I'm using, it's called Webcam Companion, which you can just see over there, hopefully. I'm only currently using a trial version of it. I don't know how much this actually costs, but I'll find out in about 16 days time. But that just records from here. Nice and happy days. And then the final thing, guys, is actually a program called Audacity, which if you've ever recorded audio for whatever reason, everyone will be familiar with this. It's really easy to use. If I get to my mic, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So as you said, I'm recording the audio as I'm speaking here from the camera. I'm also recording it through the microphone and Audacity, just to provide that additional backup of audio. Audio is the most important thing for when you're making a video, aside from obviously the gameplay. Audacity is super reliable. If you're into it as well, you can edit with all these buttons if you know what you're doing. I don't, I just record it and leave it as is, but you can play around with it, you can make some pretty awesome things happen, and it just captures all your recording. And as you see, as I speak, it records it there. So I'll also leave that running, and I'm just going to try a little bit cluttered on my desk to minimise that. So basically, you don't need, I've set it up like this. If you have dual screens, it would be a lot easier, but I've got Elgato, webcam and Audacity all in the bottom, and I can just, as I'm recording my videos sat here facing the television, I can quickly check back and I can just triple check to make sure everything is being recorded. Anyway guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. The only final thing I will say is lighting is a thing. As the game goes into half-time at 0-0 there. Lighting is important-ish for a video. If you want to make a quality video, you can have proper studio lights and it records. And basically, all I would say is the better lighting, the more efficient your webcam recording will become. You can see here it's a little bit sort of framey, and that's nothing. That is because to do with the face cam, that is to do with the webcam and of course the software I'm using to record it. However, it's also due to light as well. The more light you have focused on yourself, the better recording will be. Now there's two ways you can do this. Obviously once you get properly into it, you'll need like proper lighting and everything. Like you can actually buy studio photography lights to be able to record properly. You can also use natural light, is always good, and my window over there, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys saw, if you watch any of my previous videos, the lighting wasn't so great because the light changes, because it's natural light, it changes how much lets into the room, and it can look odd and it can shade in certain areas. And what you really want is a light that will focus directly on your face. Now, fortunately, I've switched this up in a couple of my recent videos just to test it out, and it seems to be working. You can see it now, it's not too bad actually, but I have these lights down here. These are little LED strips. These are really awesome because they actually do awesome things. They change colour. If I press that, it will start changing colours. If I press this button here, it will flash colours. There's two more over there as well. These just add a really nice effect to the room. But I then realised that actually these are actually really bright LED lights, and if I was to just press this, I think I press it once, and focus it round onto one colour, i.e. white, I can get really good white bright LED lights. And the main thing is they're being reflected up onto the webcam, which is right there, so they're directly in my face. It's a little bit off-putting because you have a bright light shining in your face. It's not directly in the face, but it's there in the background. It's a little bit off-putting, but it's there nevertheless, and it works. And also you can see it provides some light for this camera as well. Anyway guys, that is basically the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy it. It's just a little quick setup of everything that I use. So I've hopefully gone through what I use and how I have things set up. If you want to ask any questions, just do so in the comments below and I'll drop some more details. I'll reply back to you, drop some more details. If you did enjoy this video guys and you want to see how I actually record a video, I was thinking next time, or one time when I am recording a video, I'll do like a behind the scenes as well at the same time. So I'll show you how everything's set up, although you already know that, but I'll show you like properly and in more detail as to how everything gets set up. And I'll also, let me just pull that out, there we go. And I'll also sort of show you how it's recording during the recording process, and then afterwards I'll show you how I edit it as well, because that's quite interesting and more programs are involved. Anyway guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more, stick around. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Until next time, goodbye.